ACIM Insights, Lesson 74. There is no will but God's. As I worked with practicing the exercise and remembering there is no will but God's, I found my mind wandering to today's to-do list. As my mind focused on that list, I became aware of tension building in me. I saw that this list represents conflicting goals. I think they all need to be done and there is not enough time, so I brought my mind back to there is no will but God's. Conflicting goals cannot be real. I am giving that list a meaning it does not have of itself. As I step back from the importance I place on all these things and remind myself there is no will but God's, I feel myself relax. My shoulders soften. My forehead is relaxed and smooth. I breathe easier. From that perspective, I am open to Spirit's guidance as to what is meaningful and what is not meaningful on the list. I am open to be guided, where to go, what to do, what to say, and to whom. I work with the same list, but I follow a different guide. The guide who knows a much bigger picture than I can possibly perceive. With this greater vision, he leads me in every moment to be truly helpful, and I move through the day in peace rather than stress or conflict. With this practice, I know that in my doing, I am serving love, supporting peace because I am letting go of conflict. Without the illusion of conflict, the reality of peace fills my world. It is my desire to remember in full that my will is God's. Today is another day of practice in moving toward that awakening. There is no will but God's. In God's will, there is no conflict. If I experience conflict, it is always between two illusions. Illusions are not true. Illusions are not real. As I recognize this, I see that conflict is not real. There is only God's will, and in God's will there is no conflict. As I am willing to see conflict as an illusion and let it go, because it is merely meaningless, the peace of God returns to my awareness. I am filled with the peace of God. Whenever I am tempted to believe that conflict is real, I can remind myself, there is no will but God's. There is no conflict in God. What is not of God is merely illusion. As I can remember this, it helps me let the idea of conflict go. I don't fight with conflict. I don't defend against conflict. I merely see that it is meaningless. I drop it. I let it go. This is the true meaning of forgiveness. When I see conflict as merely meaningless, nothing, and let it go, it is replaced by peace. It is replaced by remembering that only God's will is real. There is only one will, and I am willing to rest in this remembering today. I am willing to see past illusions of conflict to the one truth that only God's will is real. There is no will but God's. An illusion is simply a thought of separation, that's all, and it simply cannot be any part of my true reality. As I release all mistaken perceptions of separation that I hold within the sleeping part of my mind, I am left with only what is real. I am left with perfect peace, perfect love, perfect joy, perfect unity with all that is. This is my Father's will for me. It can be no other way. Being the extension of my Father, it is my will also. It can be no other way, thank God.